Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to the Old Guy Farmer Challenge here on the Old Guy Farmer edit of Goldcrest Valley. This is episode number 34. Let's get right into the action here. Thank you all so much for watching both the live stream as well as the archive videos. If you were around this morning, you may have caught my live stream, or you may have caught the archived video from episode number 33. I had a late start today at work because my wife had a doctor's appointment this morning, a follow-up with the surgeon, and got fairly good news, so I will share that here momentarily with everyone. So let's just go ahead and get right into the action here. We're just going to go ahead and run around that tree like we've done, let's see, 34 times, and go ahead and collect our eggs because that needs to be done. And hello, Chris Webb. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, it did go well. It did go well. Sort of that catch-22 situation we were talking about this morning. Actually, she does have an infection, but that was, that's sort of that bittersweet thing that we were certainly hoping that the doctor would have found on Monday when he took the samples. And so he sort of better understood what sort of infection it was, what sort of bacteria or whatever it is that tends to grow in the sinus, and then basically was able to prescribe her something that we hope will actually work to blow that stuff out of there. So with some of the other stuff that he did as far as the surgery goes, we're certainly hoping that is going to be just what the doctor ordered. Hello, Doug Zorley. Mitchy Mitch 12, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. And so we're getting an early start this morning. I think we started up about 5 o'clock. Time flies when you're playing at 15x speed, but we will do just fine with it. Now we're going to do a mission this morning. We should have a mission on that field down by the highway. And we also will fertilize our final remaining field that we need to fertilize. And so hopefully that will let us do that as well. So couldn't do it in episode number 32, but we should be able to do it in this episode. So we'll go ahead and drive this tractor down. Let this old Ford warm up just a little bit. And get ready to go on down there. And let's just check the time here. 6 days to maintenance. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. And also, according to the surgeon, they looked into her nose and everything with this scope device thing, and he said everything was healing quite nicely. And so good guy. He actually did surgery on my nose. I had a cyst in one of my sinus cavities, probably 7 or 8 years ago, and this same ENT surgeon did surgery on me, and I turned out quite well. My surgery did, and so that's kind of why we're hoping that he's worked wonders on her as well. All right, let's see. We'll hire a worker, and we'll go ahead and tab into these trains and slow these guys down, just because if we don't, they just go like crazy. And then we will run over here and check and see if we can do a mission over here. Now, of course, those of you that are sort of old hat to my streams, you know that while we're doing a mission, our time slows down to 1x, so there is some value in doing that, especially with regards to the fact that we have a hired worker. And so this one's going to pay us $1,520, so let's go ahead and grab this guy, grab this mission. Looks like we have the little kicker tank, or whatever you want to call it here. And got the other sprayer. Looks like this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of the Coon DLC pack, so that's kind of cool to be able to use that. And we'll go ahead and unfold this guy. And we'll get going. We've got 8 minutes to complete this task. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. You know, I still have to stop and pause and think of what darn day it is. You know, I worked from home Monday and Tuesday, as I was saying last night in last night's stream, and I was thinking all day sort of yesterday that it was Monday. Well, every time I go to say the day of the week, even today, I was still thinking it was Monday. But tomorrow will get me all synced back up with reality, because obviously tomorrow is Friday. It's the day that we all look forward to. And of course, for Mr. Duxorley, he's already living that dream. It's already Friday for him, living down under. He is already, I'm assuming you are already working in your Friday work day. Strange how that works. But yeah, we'll get resynced up with our days and all that kind of stuff, and as a result of that, then it'll be weekend, and then we'll get back to the grind with Monday. That's just kind of how it goes. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So I picked up a new simulation-based game today. I quite enjoyed Car Mechanic Simulator 15, and so the new 18 version has been out for a couple of weeks. I've watched a few live streams, and I know that there were some performance problems, some other issues, but over the last few days, according to some of the streamers that I watched and some of the streamers that I chatted with today, it's getting better. It's a little bit better performance. They've optimized it a little bit better, and sort of as a result, it's performing a lot better. So I went ahead and picked that title up, and it is in my stream queue to download, I suppose. I just fired up the gaming PC when I got home. Since I did have a late start today, I went ahead and worked a bit later this evening, and got home and had a quick dinner, and made dinner for the wife. We just had some soup and sandwiches. It's actually quite cool here today. It was only a high of about 70 something degrees. We had a thunderstorm that came through last night, and I suppose a cold front, and the temperature this morning when I got up was in the low 50s. And as I said, the high today was only in the 70s. And so it's going to warm back up again tomorrow, I believe, and maybe the weekend. But, you know, 1st of August won't be very long until the chance of these 90-degree days are done. I think maybe we've pretty much went past the point to where we probably won't have any more upper 90s, or certainly any more triple-digit opportunities, even though we don't have very many. Here we might have a small handful of days that we get above 100 degrees, and when it's hot, it's hot. Scott Hodge, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. If you are new to the stream, I don't recognize your name, but if you're new, hit the like button and go ahead and hit subscribe if you don't mind. I'm going to be telling you all about some giveaways that I've got planned for later this fall that you'll want to be tuned in for and possibly have an interest in. Of course, you can read more about those giveaways now by just looking down below the video screen, but I'll talk about that here momentarily. Now, we are doing a mission. This is a challenge, and we are doing a mission. We can do one mission per day, and so we are getting that out of the way, because we might actually buy this field. At least we're thinking about it anyways. Let's see if I can pick up right here. But yeah, we are thinking about buying this field. We'll wait until it is ready for harvest first. That way the costs of the fertilizer and stuff like that will all be on the farmer that owns the field and not us. And of course, we're not done as much work as we possibly would want to drive that cost down even further, but you know, that's okay. So we'll run back up the hill here and see if our hard worker is done. Hopefully they did a good job for us, and hopefully we can get through here without a train coming through and running us over. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate the sub. I appreciate that. Looks like he's missed some spots, or she. Yeah, it doesn't look like a very good job, very good fertilization job here. So we're going to have to, I guess, do this work for this person. Let's just let's take a look at the fertilization here just to make sure. Maybe it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good with the exception of one little strip there. We'll just we'll run through here anyway and go ahead and top it up. Hello DC, welcome to the stream. Now Scott, that is not necessarily a good thing to do, to come onto someone else's stream. I appreciate you subscribing and everything, but we typically, that's a little bit poor taste to pop onto somebody else's stream and start advertising your own stream. So I'm sure you wouldn't like it if we were to do that to you, so I would appreciate it if you would not do that. All right, let's see, 123 sheep. I think just a few days ago we had something like 106. Do we have a sheep that's trying to get out there? Look at that. And now turn back around and get back underneath the fence. We'll have to take a look at that and see if maybe one of our hired workers knocked a hole in the fence or something. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get on up into the woods because that's kind of what we're needing to do. That's about all that we have to do. And now that we have done our mission and we've basically fertilized, all of our fields are now fertilized all the way up to the top level, as I find how to get off this tractor there. And let's go ahead and get in our truck and head on up the hill. This hot evening, well, we were just talking about the weather here, DC. It was only in the 70s, probably low 70s at that here today in the Mile High City. We had a cold front that came through last night and brought in some thunderstorms in the middle of the night and lowered that temperature down. It was in the low 50s this morning when I got up, and I bet it didn't hit 75 today, which is a very nice change because it has just been, it's been really hot and dry here the last few weeks. So much so that our grass was looking so green and so vibrant and everything. Earlier in the spring and early summer, we had a lot of moisture this spring, or sort of late spring, kind of when it mattered. And so, but unfortunately, all of that sort of was for naught because the temperatures really, like I said, started to heat up, and we hadn't had much rain to speak of for quite a while. Let's see if we can pick up a few of these sticks here. I don't know which side we're on here. Left side, that's not going to work. So get over here on the right side. See if we can grab some of these sticks. They probably won't go. All right, not a problem. Cody Epperson, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Got quite a few logs up here by this little shack that we were piling up earlier this morning when I streamed this morning. And so we'll probably need to back in there and get those guys unless we can throw a few on here. I'll tell you what, let's do the smart thing and just go ahead and unstack this stuff here. And that should be left side. We'll unstack this stuff and restack it. That's good enough. I just kind of wanted to get rid of that one odd stick. Oh, there's still one there. There we go. That's good enough. We'll take this down, come back and grab another load, and then get to cutting some more wood. Bad Cat 50, as DC said, don't come into people's streams advertising your channel. Okay, Scott, the channel is boring. Stop talking about the weather. You know, I can talk about whatever I want to. You will notice that this is the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and my name is Grizzly Bear Sims, so I'll talk about the weather if I want to. And if you don't like that, then go ahead and move on, buddy. I appreciate you following and everything, but coming on here and causing some problems like that's not going to make you any friends. Everybody's welcome, as long as you adhere to the rules, and that is, this is a G-rated channel. We've got folks of all ages here. Got young people, old people, middle-aged people. Speaking of the weather, I'll just talk about this just for Scott. I'm sure he's already gone by now. And if he hasn't, maybe this will go ahead and force his hand. But speaking of the weather, we now see our 5th game day of fall up there, and we've got sunshine. So I would have to go back and look at the archive to be for sure, but that's almost looking like the weather forecast that we had from before. Well, Cody, again, I'll say the same thing to you that I said to Scott. We'll talk about whatever I want to talk about, and if you don't like that, then go ahead and click the cancel button. Okay, let's get rid of Hunter there, guys. Does anybody know if it's a full moon tonight? Thank you. Thanks, Doug Zorley. Yeah, trolls, they just like to come in and disrupt and whatnot. That's how they get their kicks. That's how they get their excitement. And I wouldn't put it past them if they didn't have multiple YouTube accounts and they're now busy trying to log into another one to pop on and be able to tell us to stop talking about the weather or stop talking about this or tell us what they want us to do and all that kind of stuff. Hello, Elwin. Thanks for stopping by. You're a very welcome viewer of my stream. We've had some trolls in here tonight, and my mods are itching to pull the trigger, itching to swing the band hammer, and I am letting them do whatever they need to do to keep law and order in this stream. Swing the hammer, swing the axe, swing whatever we got to swing. I really don't know why people like that, if they find this boring, And I realize that I'm probably not the most exciting farm sim gamer. I'm certainly not as good and smooth as our dear friend Eustace Farmer. I don't have near the stories that that man has to tell, but still, I don't know why these guys do that. But anyway, they do what they do. We'll drive down here and park down low here and go cut some more wood. All right, I'll tell you what, before we go cut that wood, let's go run over here and see if we can find these 2 gold nuggets. Maybe if I kind of keep a goal of finding a couple of gold nuggets each day, then that way we won't find ourselves in crunch time later on. Let's see, I think this gold nugget is over here somewhere maybe. There it is, right down there. Can we get there without killing ourselves? You can get that auto load trailer, Bad Cat Gaming. That's on my mod spreadsheet. It's a mod by Stevie. Stevie is the same map modder that created Pineco Farm and a number of maps. And this gold nugget may actually be the one that's on top of the water tower. And I thought that when I played this in the first time, I thought I was able to climb this ladder, but I could be mistaken. Come on, you know you want to climb it. Can anyone confirm if this one is up on this tower? I think it is. All right, I'm pretty sure it is. That sounds kind of logical. I know that there is one on top of a water tower, and so we'll bring the telehandler down here later and grab that bad guy, because we're not going to do the fly maneuver. That's kind of cheating. I tried hopping up, but it wasn't, didn't like it, so I'll just bring the telehandler down. We've got plenty of time. Oh, you're on a console, Bad Cat? Sorry about that then. So are there, and I don't know this because I've never played Farm Sim on a console. We were kind of talking about that this morning, about our experiences with various games and stuff like that. Are there no, oops, rocks in the way. Are there no auto-loading mods available for console? I actually did download that mod that I can't think of his name, was telling us about this morning, that basically allows the 11 meter functionality on the default Ponzi, but I forgot to activate it. I suppose I could do that as well. Okay, Bad Cat. Nobody is being Nobody is being anything to you. Hey Cameron, welcome to the stream. Well, he wasn't being anything either. He wasn't. All he was doing was answering my questions, so. Yep, that is true. What DC is saying is true. It's all down to Microsoft and Sony on all these rules and everything that they're imposing on Giants. It's not Giants' fault or the modders. But sorry, I wasn't aware. I mean, I guess I knew that scripting and stuff like that was out, but I didn't know if that also included some of the auto-loading stuff. So, and we all, I mean, trust me, those of us that play this on PC, we do feel for you guys on console. We were actually talking about it either in last night's stream or in this morning's stream. We were talking about the fact that, I guess it was last night's stream, but we were talking about the fact that if it wasn't for our wonderful modding community, how many of us would still basically be playing this game with as many hours as we've been playing it? And the majority of the folks that were in the stream last night basically said they would have played it for just a few months and they would have given up interest in it. So, you know, hopefully it's something that maybe eventually Sony, Microsoft will change their mind on. But come on. Alright, some of these just don't want to cut, and you can come around to a different angle and you can get them, but that just takes too much time. We're going to go after some of these tall trees back here. That's really what makes our money for us, are these tall guys here. Bad Cat Gaming says he's 8. Okay, well. My day was good, Cameron. Thanks for asking. Had a busy day at work, but that's okay. Pretty much every day is busy in my world at work. How was your day? All right, let me talk a little bit about the giveaway that I'm going to be doing. So essentially everybody probably knows, especially if you're a fan of Farm Sim 17, you probably have already heard the news that Giants will be releasing their Platinum Expansion DLC pack that will be coming out in mid-November. This expansion DLC pack will basically introduce a brand new map, a map that's going to be based in South America, as well as new crop types of sugarcane, plus all the wonderful equipment that would be needed to actually harvest sugarcane, and maybe some other things, I don't know for sure. But anyway, this will be coming out, this DLC will be coming out in the middle of November, around the 14th of November. That's at least what the plan is right now. as sort of an appreciation to all of my wonderful viewers, those that don't cause problems in my chat and get banned, I am going to be offering up 3 copies of the Giants DLC that'll be coming out in November. And I'll be giving away 3 copies of it to 3 different viewers. And the way that you can enter to win is by watching my videos. During the course of the video, I announce a code word or a keyword of the day, and it can be more than just one word, as Doug Zorley pointed out this morning. It can be more than one word, and typically it has to do with either something that we're doing this particular game day, or maybe something I've talked about in the course of the game day, or something like that. It kind of has kind of a theme to it, if you will. So anyway, the more you watch, the more chances you will have to actually pick up a copy of this DLC. So basically, this challenge that we're playing is 3 game years with the seasons mod set at 6 game days per season. So that basically means that I'll be producing 72 episodes, 72 live streams of this. And just as a reminder, as a point of reference, as we run over that rock, this is episode number 34, so we are still not even halfway, but we're getting close to the halfway point, if you can believe that. And so each episode has one of these code words, or a series of code words, and then you can send me an email. You can send me an email, and I will register you for the giveaway. Okay, it's pretty simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And the more you watch, the more code words you pick up, the greater the chance you will have of actually winning. Now, some people have actually entered and sent me a code word for every single episode, so these folks are really aggressive about it. But that still doesn't, even though it increases their odds, even if you only watch a few episodes, it doesn't mean that the chances of you winning are any less. It's still going to be a random drawing. I'm going to cut the names up, put them in a hat, and my darling wife, Mrs. Grizzly Bear Sims, will be doing the honors on drawing the names out. And I will basically be announcing the winners on November the 6th. That is a Sunday. So you'll know whether or not you've won a few days before the actual DLC releases. The Obi Jack, how old are you? Are you talking to me? I will turn 51 years old. I will turn 51 years old this October. How old are you? And I'll announce the word of the day here momentarily. 14, okay. Well, that's a great age. I remember when I was 14. You've got your entire life ahead of you. When I was 14 years old, I was trying to save the planet on asteroids or Missile Command or something like that on an Atari 2600, as we were kind of talking about earlier today. And then I got into the Commodore 64, and then into the PC in the very early 90s. I had a pretty sweet Commodore 64 setup as well. If you guys remember the Commodore, both the VIC-20 and the 64, oops, we still have a little piece of log there left. Let's go ahead and spit that out. You might remember that originally the only way that you could essentially save data was to actually save it to something that was referred to as a data set. And it was basically a cassette tape device that you would essentially save your programs to, or maybe you could even buy games on that sort of medium. And however long the game was, and bytes, you know, it would take that long for it to load with the cassette tape, because basically the cassette tape had to, essentially it was almost like listening to music, but you know, it had to basically load the program or save the program or whatever. Well, at some point I bought a floppy drive, and these were the 5 1/4 inch floppy drives, floppy disks, and then at some point I bought a second one, so I actually had 2 floppy drive units connected to my Commodore 64, so I could basically, you know, read and write at the same time. So like, for example, there was a word processing application, I can't remember what it was called, my gosh, that's been so long ago, but there was a word processor, so I could basically, you know, read, could keep one disk with the application on it, because it might actually not be able to install completely on the Commodore 64, so it might have to pull data off of it. And then I could write to the second one, so I could save my work. I think I typed my very first resume on Commodore, well, I typed my very first resume on a computer on the Commodore 64. Thankfully, I was smart enough to actually take typing classes in high school. My buddy and I thought it was a good idea to take typing because his mother was the typing teacher, and we thought, well, surely she'll give us a little bit of a break. And so she didn't. She actually was harder on us than she was harder on the girls. But of course, we took typing because we thought, well, you know, we'd get an easy break from his mom, and also we'll be the only 2 guys in the typing class. Had no idea that that would become one of the smartest decisions that I would ever make in my entire high school career, was to take 2 years of typing, because it is something that I use each and every day of my life. I am able to touch type. I don't have to look at the keys. And of course, for young people, I'm sure that you guys have been more or less knowing how to type or whatever for a very long time, and I think that's cool. Obviously, things change tremendously. But us growing up, you know, back in the 70s and 80s and such, you know, my mom had initially my mom had a manual typewriter, one of these with the carriage return that you had to actually, you know, swipe with your hand. And then she got an electric typewriter. Now in class we learned how to type on electric typewriters. We had some, I think they were IBMs, big blue or brown units, something like that, and that was kind of cool. Gaming with Bryson, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Speed script, no, that doesn't ring a bell. And then DC says floppy drive, that term is not registered in my database. Yeah, tell me about it. You know, oddly enough, there are still some government entities, U.S. government entities, from what I understand, that still using floppy drives, if you can believe that. Let's see if we can get this lined up with the rest of them as we poorly drive here. There we go. Yeah, those typewriters, they were pretty incredible. They had the typewriters at school had the autocorrection ribbon, but of course that was taken out because obviously typing tests and everything, that would have been frowned upon to have used the autocorrecting ribbon. But no, that ended up being the smartest decision that I ever made in high school. Well, maybe that in like a business class or something like that. But I had no idea when I was in school. I had no idea that I would go into IT. I was, you know, I changed my mind many times. One of the things that I enjoyed doing in high school was, other than sports, and admittingly I wasn't very good at that, but I did. Later in my high school year, I started doing the audio-video stuff for like the athletic groups and the band and stuff like that. And so I was going to go into radio, television, broadcasting, and actually went to college for that and spent 2 years in college to essentially become work in either a TV station or a radio station. And worked in a radio station for a while. That was probably, of all the jobs that I've had, that were absolutely positively the coolest job that I ever had. I've got to say, probably working at the radio station was probably my coolest job that I ever had in the world. Spinning records, and this was back when it was vinyl. I worked, I think I went on the air like at around 9 o'clock in the evening and worked until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And again, it was pretty cool. Sean says, I hated computer class and typing in high school, never thought I'd use it. Laugh out loud. Yeah, well, and you know, me too. I mean, again, we took it for all the wrong reasons, but it was funny because I don't live where I went to high school. Obviously, I grew up in Texas, and that's roughly about 1,000 miles away from Denver. And so about the only contact that I have with some of my high school friends or high school classmates is through like Facebook. And so I sort of reconnected with my friend, the guy whose mom was the typing teacher, and I asked him, I'm like, you know, when we did that, we had this conversation just a few years ago. I said, did you ever think that typing would be something that you would use every single day? And he said no. But he's more or less in the same situation that I'm in, and it's something that, you know, he uses every day, and he's very, very thankful that, you know, to have that experience, because I know several people in, you know, that are vice presidents and above in high profile positions, even at my company, that still hunt and peck on a keyboard. They use 2 fingers to type, and of course, for the most part, these guys also have admins that do most of their typing and stuff like that for them, but still, they do occasionally have to type, and they use 2 fingers to do that. And you know, they took something else in high school and not typing. I took typing. I can type. Of course, nowadays they're typing, you know, they're teaching typing to probably in the grade school level, would be my guess. DC and Chris, I know you guys both have young kids. Are they, and at what age are they starting to learn how to type? I mean, I'm sure it's grade school. Let's leave some of these shorter trees and let's go after some of these longer ones over here. And then we'll start hauling some more lumber down. Gaming with Bryson says, I live in Texas. What school area did you go in Texas? I grew up near Tyler, Texas. That's up in East Texas near Athens, Palestine, Tyler, Jacksonville. I lived in a very, very small town, sort of halfway in between those 4 cities. What part of Texas do you live in? Yeah, Doug Zorley says, my 6-year-olds are doing typing at primary school, your grade school year 2. Yeah. And DC, mine are 4 and 2. They both know how to work with iPads and Apple TV. Yeah. I mean, you know, of course, when I was a kid, and maybe some of you that are near my age can relate to this, the only thing I knew how to do with the TV when I was that young or that age was turn it on, turn it off, and change the channel. I was the remote control. Corsicana, okay. Well, you probably, do you know where Frankston is? I have family, or I had family that lives in Corsicana, and when I go and visit my family that lives just north of Austin, Texas, we usually go and visit. We'll go up to East Texas, up near Athens, and that area to, you know, like visit cemeteries and stuff like that. And we always stop at what's the bakery there in Corsicana? I can't think of it right now. Collins Street Bakery. We always stop there for little snacks and stuff. Of course, there's one in Waco as well. But anyway, yeah, I was the remote control. So of course this was before the remote controls came out, or if there was a remote control, it was on a cable and it was tethered to the TV, but we didn't even have one of those. We basically, again, I was the remote control. My dad would say, Jerry, go change the channel, put it on channel 7. I'd get up, go change the channel. Jerry, I can't hear the TV, turn the TV up. I'd go turn the TV up. Jerry, turn the TV off. I'd get up, go turn the TV off. That was the remote control back in the 70s. And of course, for the most part, I think I remember our first color TV. I had a black and white TV in my bedroom that I used to play Pong on. Pong was the first video game that I was exposed to. And then we got the Atari 2600. Let's see, Cameron says he's back. Gaming with Bryson says he does. He knows where Frankston is. Yeah, that's where I went to high school. I graduated in 1985. And so I had family. I think they've all passed away now, but had family in Athens, Corsicana, Jacksonville, Palestine, all around that area. My stomping grounds, little town of Frankston, Pointer, all those little places around there. Such a small world. Thanks for stopping by and making me think about Texas. I try to, of course, I think about it almost every day. It's in my blood. When you're from Texas, it's a very proud thing. And, but yeah, very small world. Run across somebody on YouTube from Corsicana, Texas. Some folks will know the area around Corsicana. Anna Nicole Smith was from a little town called Mahia. Not very many people know how to pronounce that. It's actually spelled M-E-X-I-A, and it's pronounced Mahia, Texas. And that's, I believe, that's where she grew up. Anna Nicole Smith. Of course, she's dead now, but anyway, most everybody knows who she was or who she is and everything. But yeah, I grew up all in that area. Sorry for your loss. Oh, thank you, Gaming with Bryson. Yeah. The last time I was in that area was for my grandmother's funeral, and she passed away in 2013. I was there in August, and boy was it hot. All right, let's go after some of these tall trees over here, and then again I think we will start hauling some logs. I'll go ahead and announce the word of the day, and I will thank Duck Zorley for the idea. I am changing it up just a little bit, but it's going to be a variation of a comment or a suggestion that he made just a few minutes ago. The word of the day is no trolls allowed. So it's more than just one word, but basically no trolls allowed. Don't know why people want to be like that. Don't know why people feel like that they want to come and just cause disruption for just good, honest people that just want to have some fun and have a good, clean channel. You know, these things are hard to come by on YouTube, and It's just something that I take good pride in, and I know most of my fans really truly appreciate that, because they have children that they enjoy letting them watch my channel and letting them watch my content and stuff, and they know that they don't have to worry about anything like that happening. Of course, I can't control other people, unfortunately, but you know, I suppose chat is not always guaranteed that it's going to be rated G, but I certainly control what comes out of my mouth. Mainly, I don't speak that way to begin with, but anyway, so the word of the day is no trolls allowed. Read the information down below the video screen to get all the details on how you register for the drawing. You can register once per episode. There'll be 72 total episodes. This is episode number 34. You do need to be a subscriber to be eligible to win. So basically, when I draw your name, if I draw your name, I will double check that you are a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, then you will win a copy of the DLC, the Platinum Expansion DLC package that will be coming out in November. And basically, good luck to everyone. Now, speaking of everyone, there are about 6 or 7 folks that are participating in this challenge. I've got all their YouTube videos linked down below, so I would appreciate it if you go and watch their streams or watch their archive videos and cheer them on, because, you know, while I hope to win the challenge, I'm still hoping and wishing all of those guys the very much good luck in their efforts and their endeavors of trying to be the one that's going to win. Jim Estep, la 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 la, no wait, that's not a troll, that is a smurf. Well, we've had, it must be a full moon, because we've had several trolls in here tonight, just causing all sorts of disruptions and telling us to stop talking about the weather because it's boring, and well, maybe it is, but you know, hey, the name on top of the stream does say Grizzly Bear Sims. If you want to start a YouTube channel and talk about the stuff that you want to talk about, then I welcome that. I encourage that. Oh, that's okay, Jim. It comes with the territory. You know, you put yourself out here like this, and there's going to be people that's going to come and try to cause problems. Let's see, Mitchy Mitch says, has anyone ever become a mod by asking? I think not. Must be the eclipse coming up this month. Yeah, I have actually never seen, you know, and I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I watch a lot of Twitch channels. I see people asking to be mods, and you know, everybody has the exact same response, and most of that response is something like this: I don't know you. I don't know who you are. You know, I mean, the last thing I'm going to do is give someone the power to ban people or kick people or delete people's comments and stuff like that if I don't truly know who you are. The people that are my moderators for my YouTube channel are people that I've known for some time. They're longtime subscribers, longtime viewers. There are people that I've had conversations with either through Discord or through email or through the forums, or they're, you know, fellow admins and stuff that I sort of work with on forums, like Duck Zorley, for example, and Doughboy, and I trust these people, you know. Yeah, best way to be a mod is by not asking to be a mod. That's right. Best way to be a mod is, and this is advice for anyone who's listening, is be a frequent viewer, subscriber of a person's channel. Help that person out by being positive with the comments that not only you make, but maybe occasionally welcoming people to the stream, helping to answer questions, just basically being nice and everything, and essentially not asking and hounding the person, can I be a mod? Can I be a mod? Can I be a mod? Well, the good news is all of all of our fields are fertilized all the way up to the final third stage. All of our fields are seeded as well. Everything's been plowed, so all of our plowing requirements are done for the entire challenge. We do need to still find our gold nuggets, but we will do that. That is certainly something that we'll most definitely do, even if I have to take more time out and just go hunt them down. But we still have, we're not even halfway through the challenge. We're still 2 episodes away from the halfway point. And so we're sitting pretty good with 1.5 million, and we still have 1 million on the ground. And we still have over half of the time to go. All right, last tree. So is anyone else in the stream, do you have Car Mechanic Simulator 18 yet? And did you have 15? And are you thinking about getting 18? I may do some live streams on it on 18, just to see what it's like. From what I can see from some of the videos that I watched today, it's quite different. Let's see, where did we park our truck? We parked our truck down here, didn't we? It's quite different from 15. Some of the controls looks a little different. Of course, it's just a keyboard. I guess it's just still keyboard and mouse movement. I don't know if the test drive stuff. I don't know if you can use a steering wheel or anything with that. I know you couldn't with Farm Sim or with Car Mechanic Simulator 15. I know you couldn't use the wheel, but that was something, the whole racetrack or the test drive thing, that was something that they sort of added later down the road. It wasn't something that came out when 15 came out. So quite a few logs here. It's causing a little bit of stutter, so bear with it. Stutter will go away once we get this pile down some and move on over to other places. All right. And also, unless I'm mistaken, it looks like they've already got 2 DLC packs out already for it, so that's kind of cool. And so I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think there's new features obviously than what 15 had. I saw one of the streams that I was watching today. You can actually balance tires. You can mount and unmount tires, I believe. You couldn't do that with 15. And the test drive component thing, that's not really that much of an interest to me. If you've got to do it, then obviously I'll do it, but it's not anything that I was necessarily interested in. If I want to drive a racing game or something like that, I'll buy a racing game. But I was quite interested in, it looks like the graphics are much improved over 15. So I bought it. It's on sale, and if you own 15 or 13, I think it was 13 was the previous the version before 15. Anyway, if you own either of those two, you do get, I think, 10% or maybe 15% discount. Cha-ching, cha-ching, our favorite sound. Let's go after a couple of gold nuggets over here right quick. It shows we're like right on top of it. Unless it's is it in here? Yep. I thought I remembered one being something like some kind of container thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Especially with both DLCs. I mean, you know, it's something I would probably buy the DLCs anyway, just simply because I like a little bit of the variety. I think I bought all the DLCs for 15, with the exception of, I think there was like one that I didn't buy, and I think it was because I sort of knew that 18 was coming out, and I just decided to get that. Let's go after this series of nuggets here. I know me hunting gold nuggets is kind of boring, but considering that I've got a live stream all of these episodes, you're going to either see them now or you're going to see them later, because it's got to be done. We're certainly not going to leave the $1 million on the ground, because these other guys have certainly found it. Come on, where are you? This tall grass makes it a bit hard to see the nuggets. Should be literally right on top of it. I do not see it. Well, we'll come back and see if we can find it in a bit. There's that one. Here's that one. And there's that one. There it is. All right. So 62 of 100. By the way, Doug Zorley, I'm not sure if you're still on the stream, but great episode. I really mean that. DC says, not buying CMS. I've had a total of 0 minutes gaming this last week and a half. Yeah, really great video, Doug Zorley. I really enjoyed it. Looks like we'll have another gorgeous sunset tonight. Just a reminder, folks, if you liking what you're seeing, please hit the like button. Also, please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and also please check out all of my YouTube content creator friends down below, not only those that are participating in the challenge, but all the others who produce wonderful content. I've got all of my YouTube content creator friends listed down below the video. And yes, I have Doug Zorley added to my list. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know if Eustace Farmer didn't send out a notice to add you, but I checked and I didn't have you added to any of my other videos, and my apologies for that. But I have made that correction, and that will now be added to all of my videos that get released. No, didn't remove it. No discrete message. Maybe it's just my fault. Maybe he did send it out and I just didn't add it. I normally do what EP tells me to do, especially something related to that. So anyway, it's fixed. Let's grab this one. Come on, get off the door. That's the only thing I don't like about the Mack truck, is with the door opens, it does, you do kind of get hung up on it. Glad I waited. There we go. I almost stepped out in front of that train. That would have been the last thing that I did. You've stopped making videos, Jim? Just get bored with it, or trolls or run out of time, perhaps. I know that feeling. Does anyone else know if there's going to be other type of equipment other than the sugarcane harvesting stuff that's going to be part of the DLC? Is there anything sort of new and exciting that we don't know about? Yeah, that is kind of, Jim says he lost a lot of viewers when he got sick and can't get them back, so giving up the ghost. You know, I don't know if it's always people that unsubscribe or if YouTube, you know, I listen to like Landy Kid and some of those guys, and they often talk about losing, you know, dozens of subscribers in a, you know, like in a given period of time, maybe a week or whatever. And some of those guys often suspect that it's something to do with YouTube, and maybe it's something to do with dropping inactive viewers or something like that. I don't know. And maybe it is people that basically just, you know, say, well, this guy hasn't produced a video for a week or two or three or a day or an hour or whatever, and so therefore I'm going to hit unsubscribe. It is sort of a sad state of affairs that people don't have a little bit more patience, because obviously real world always is going to come first in my life. Family, job, other things that I enjoy doing. I've got a lot of hobbies even outside of the video game, the simulation-based gaming hobby, and there are just times that I just don't feel like doing it. And of course, I've been streaming quite a bit here recently just to kind of stay ahead with this challenge. But I have a feeling when the challenge is done, I'm going to take a little break from at least playing farm sims, you know, live streaming farm sim. I may do some other types of live streaming, but this is just a hobby for me. I enjoy getting to know people. And let's see, AW Bro Gaming, gameplay and vlogging. Hi Grizzly. Well, hi back to you. Welcome to the stream. As I almost run past our timber mill here. Hey Doughboy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I look at the analytics and I agree. I don't, you know, I don't see, I don't think people watch everything. I mean, I know that there's some folks do, but I also question those analytics as well. I've heard that they're not, or at least I've heard people say that they're not 100% accurate. I don't know one way or the other. I don't know how we would tell, but oh well. You were hard to listen to. I remember a few of your videos. I'm doing fine. just trying to make a little bit of money here, doing some logging, and we're going to maybe haul, let's see, maybe we can haul one more load. We do need to end the stream before midnight though. Good day, Father. Good boy, Doughboy. So Doughboy, you need to watch. You've been sort of elevated in your position. You need to watch Doug Zorley's video that he released today or yesterday, or I think today our time, yesterday probably his time. But yeah, you've had your position in life elevated just a little bit. I was going to stop by and check and see what time mass times were. We did what we did earlier today. We're stuck again. Where's our Ponzi? I can't see the thing. We did this in this morning's stream. Got it stuck on the sawdust. Whatever works, right? I tell you what, this is probably a job for tomorrow, so let's go ahead and disconnect our trailer. We'll leave it here and we'll head back because I can't see a thing. Sawdust, yeah, there's a sawdust mod out, Jim, that will allow when you're cutting using the Ponzi or cutting using a chainsaw, basically your sawdust will accumulate. And if you want to, you can come along and pick that up and sell it at the sawmill. I activated it. It's kind of become more of a nuisance for me. I'm not even 100% sure if we're going to pick the sawdust up and sell it, just simply because I'm sort of thinking, well, how many trees could I cut down and haul to the timber mill in the amount of time that it's going to take to load up a tipper full of sawdust and transport that. I cannot get this grass tonight. There we go. All right. Just in the nick of time, I think we're going to do it. Grab our eggs really quick. Make a flying pass through the eggs. All right. Hit escape. Hit save. Alt-N to skip the night. And here we are at 5:24 the next day. Hit save game. Hit quick game. All right, folks, thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I realized I was a bit quiet tonight, but I think it was because I worked so late and I just got home and ate and came downstairs, and probably shouldn't do that. I wasn't, and I think I think those trolls really threw me off as well, but I've got great moderators who I allowed to swing the big band hammer tonight. I think they enjoyed it. Make sure you guys, you carve some notches in your stick there. That way you can keep track of all of the trolls that you kick off the channel. So anyway, thank you all so much. Doughboy, don't take it personal, buddy. You're just late for the party. I actually streamed early because I had some things I needed to do tonight, so I popped on at 7 instead of 7:30. But thank you so much, all of you. Elwin, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Jim, thank you so much. Doug Zorley, thank you for all you do. Doughboy, thank you for your friendship, and thank you for hanging out even in your limited amount of time. Chris and DC, thank you both for your admin work as well. Thank you all, and come back again. I'll be streaming. Don't know if I'll stream tomorrow night. I think if the wife is feeling well, I think we'll probably watch a movie and maybe get some Chinese takeaway. So not sure, but I don't know. I might stream. And then obviously I will most likely stream on Saturday morning. So thank you all again. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Thank God for Friday, right? And take good care of yourself and each other, and I'll see you down the road.